Hey guys, it's Melanie. So I say this in a lot of my videos, but I am truly so excited to share today's video with all of you. This is an opportunity that I really never thought that I would actually have, and I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity. And this is not something that I was expecting at all. So there is a little bit of a backstory, and I am going to tell this backstory in the beginning of the video just so that this project makes sense to you guys. But I have a box here. Now, I opened the box because it arrived on my doorstep and I was like, what is this? I kind of knew this was coming because I've been chatting with Mick over at Kringle Candle, but I wasn't prepared for it to show up today. And so when I opened it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. Like, these are them. So let me give you guys the backstory here. So I have the opportunity to create my very own signature candle that is going to be available for purchase from Kringle Candle. Let me tell you guys how this came about, because it really was something that I was not expecting at all. I had no idea that this was going to be offered to me, and it blew my mind. So most of you guys are aware that in the past, really didn't have the best experience with Kringle Candle back when I first tried them in 2015. I've told this story many times, so I'm not going to get too much into that part of it, but I had purchased a bunch of candles from them, and they were not what I was expecting them to be. So I did not give them great reviews. And after that, I kind of swore the brand off. But my friend Brett over at Philly Candleman, over the last year kept, I want to say pestering. He wasn't pestering. He just kept encouraging me to give Kringle another chance. And for the longest time, like for months and months and months, Brett and I would go back and forth, and he'd be like, seriously, Melanie, like these candles are totally different from what you tried in 2015. This is not the same stuff. It has been tweaked over and over again. The quality is very, very different. You should totally give them a try. And I would be like, okay, I'll get around to that. And finally I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys another chance. So how that came about is Brett did a live stream with Mick from over at Kringle Candle. He's the CEO of the company. And during that live stream, Mick was very forthcoming and honest about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to creating candles for the mass market, right? It's very difficult. It is not easy to get something perfect the first go around. A lot of times you have to go back multiple times and tweak and tweak and tweak until you get it to the point where it is a quality product that would appeal to most people, right? So a lot of thought, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of resources goes into this process, and it's not easy. And Mick in that video admitted that in the past there have been products that he has put out that he was not feeling the best about. He knew that there were issues with some of the candles, but what I really appreciated about that particular interview was that he was honest about that. He said, you know what, there are things in the past I could have done better. And what he does now is he takes the feedback from people who review candles, people who leave reviews on the Kringle website. He takes all that information, kind of whittles it down, finds the common threads, and then works on those issues and gets the kink out. So that was something that when I heard him say that, I was like, hey, that's really actually cool to hear. Because most times, you know, most people who have a brand are very positive and nothing but positive about everything that they do. And I do think it's great to have a lot of positivity. But I do also think it's amazing to be able to take feedback and to take that feedback and to make changes that are going to not only improve your product, but make it more enjoyable for the people that are paying good money for that product, right? And that video is what caused me to go ahead and purchase Kringle Candle again. And they sent me just a few candles to start with, and then I started placing orders. Because that was in the like early fall, I was focusing mostly on their fall scents as well as their holiday scents. So a lot of my Kringle reviews from the last several months are mostly of fall and holiday stuff. I really fell in love with their 2-wick soy formula. Paraffin wax has never honestly been my favorite. I used to buy it a lot in the past because I kind of figured, you know, like that was mostly what was available and I would just make do with it. It's just not my favorite formula, right? Like paraffin wax just burns a whole lot longer. Sometimes you have to babysit it. It's not something that I really love, but I fell in love with their 2-wick soy formula. And the candles all burned incredibly well. There were a couple where I experienced some issues, and I talked to Mick about those, and he was definitely aware of them, and it was something that he was working on to be able to fix for the next holiday season if he was going to bring these fragrances out again. And I just really appreciate that. That is something that I think is very rare for people to admit, like, oh yeah, shoot, okay, thank you. I'm going to take this information and do something with it and make this product better. So, gosh, I don't even know, you guys, I'm so excited. I wish that I had done like an outline for myself or something, because I feel like this video might be a little bit all over the place. So please bear with me. Please bear with me through this video. So fast forward to a few months ago, Brett and I decided to do a live stream together, and we thought it might be kind of fun to bring in Mick in towards the tail end to see if he had any announcements or anything that he wanted to discuss. We were focusing on Kringle candles at the time. And so, you know, we were having this lovely chat, and some of you may have even been there. The video is still on Brett's channel, by the way. I will link it down below if you want to go watch it. It was a marathon video. I think we were live for like 3 hours. It was a long time, you guys. I definitely, afterwards, I was kind of exhausted, but in that video, Mick kind of surprised, not kind of, he completely surprised both Brett and I with the opportunity to create our own custom candle with Kringle that would be available for purchase. So to do a collaboration, which is such an amazing opportunity, and we had no idea. Like, I think you can definitely tell on our faces, like Brett and I were like, wait, what? Are you for real? Like, I didn't think he was serious. Even after the video, I didn't think he was serious, and I got in contact with him and I was like, is this for real? Like, can I start working on this? Because I'm very type A. So immediately I was like, I have ideas. Like, it just, immediately I started writing things down in this little notebook that I have. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm 100% serious. Like, I want you to be able to create a candle, and we can go through this entire process and you can see how it's done. And you can make your own candle. And I was like, heck yes, I'm in. So in this box here, I have my first round of samples. I want to do multiple videos where I kind of take you guys through my thought process on how I came up with the ideas. I mean, I even took it to the level of like the label. I started immediately looking for label ideas. I was thinking about potentially having colored glass or colored wax. Like, there's so much that was going through my head. And so I have this notebook full of notes. So I will take you guys through that probably in another video. But as soon as we got off of that live stream with Mick, and both Brett and I were like, oh, what? It immediately came to me, like, I knew what I wanted to do. And I think a lot of you guys might be kind of surprised that I didn't pick something that was like super gourmand. You guys probably thought that I would make something like a cake scent or like a wedding cake or something like that, since I am a florist. But didn't want to do something that was like completely expected of me. And so I wanted to create the perfect like orange pomander scent for the upcoming holiday season. So this will be a very seasonal scent. I mean, a lot of people burn lots of different types of scents year round. So you can certainly burn an orange pomander scent in the spring if you want to. But for me, I'm a very seasonal burner. And one of my very favorite memories when I was growing up in Germany with my Oma was creating orange pomanders. This is like, a lot of people in America do this now too, but if you're new to my channel, I am originally from Germany. My stepdad is American, which is how I ended up over here in Oregon. So, well, started in Washington, moved to Oregon when I went to college. So, yeah, no, I was 10 when I moved here, so I don't have the accent anymore. I actually still have my German citizenship. So, but when I was growing up with my Oma, an Oma is a grandma in Germany, we would make the orange pomanders around the holiday time. So she would give me oranges and she would give me cloves and she would say, stick these in here. They're gonna smell good. It's a holiday decoration. And I loved it because I was a super creative child. And so for me, it was just like, oh, I can make designs with cloves. Like I just was like so into this, right? It's one of my favorite memories and it's one of my favorite smells because it reminds me of my Oma. And I don't want to tear up. She is no longer with us. She passed away in the early 2000s. And that's still hard for me. It's so hard for me, but I miss her terribly. But this smell just takes me back to being with her and just happiness. It just reminds me of happiness, and that's always what I want the holidays to feel like for my daughter. Is I want her to feel joy and happiness and just to be able to forget about all the bad things in the world. And that's one of the things that I really love about my home fragrance is even when I am at my most stressed, if I light a candle and just take some time to sit and to smell whatever I'm burning, it really does help to calm my nerves. It sort of brings me back down. It grounds me. It makes me feel better. And that's really why I love home fragrance so much. I think it creates such a warmth in your home, such a coziness. And the holidays really are my favorite time of year. I go all out with decorations, way too much to be totally honest. When I have to take it all down in January, it's rough. There's a lot of stuff, but it makes me happy. And it makes me happy to be able to share this passion with my daughter as well, because I want her to have amazing memories of the holidays so that someday when she grows up and she has her own family, she can hopefully repeat some of these traditions with her children as well. So, yeah, I want to make an orange pomander scent. So in this box, I have the first round of samples. So we're going to go through that. I have a little note here packed by Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. And I also have an envelope here. So I have not smelled these, you guys. I took this little lid off here. By the way, of course, these came packed like a frickin' champ because it's Kringle and one piece per usual. No matter how big of an order I place with Kringle, I've never had a damaged candle from them. Their packing department, you guys are top notch. Good job. Okay, so this is, oh, these are my fragrance descriptions, my fragrance codes, fragrance names, the essential oils used. My gosh, you guys, this is so exciting. Okay, whew. Okay. These are true first impressions. I haven't smelled these. I don't know what I'm gonna be smelling. I sent over all these scent notes that I thought would be perfect in like the most incredible orange pomander scent. So I'm very curious to see how Kringle has translated that into actual candles, because I have actual candles. Now there's no label. These are just samples, obviously. This very first one is called Vintage Pomander, and that, I like that Vintage Pomander name because my whole kind of vibe that I'm going with here is like a vintage European Christmas theme. It's because where I'm from, so I'm gonna force that upon all of you. Everyone gets to experience a European holiday with Melanie this year. Oh my gosh, this is really nice. If these are all nice, I have no idea how I'm gonna pick. This, just first impression, is a very fresh, not overly sweet, but sweet orange with some really beautiful clove notes. This, to me, it smells kind of complex, even though the main notes are the orange and the clove, which is really what an orange pomander is, right? So I do have a fragrance description here. So vintage pomander. Okay, so this is the fragrance description. A citrus duo of orange zest and sweet lemon envelop a memory-evoking spice blend of clove leaf and cinnamon bark for a complete pomander fragrance. Notes of a vintage cedar, musk, and vanilla bean complete the olfactory experience while adding a signature nuance at the base. So our fragrance notes here, the top notes are the the orange zest and the sweet lemon. I do smell that lemon now. You really kind of have to like stick your nose in there, but there's definitely lemon in here, but it's that orange zest that's the predominant citrus. So yeah, this is not like a lemon scent. Don't worry about that. Your mid notes are clove leaf and cinnamon bark. I was afraid to add cinnamon, but I told Mick, I was like, look, if cinnamon makes sense in some of these blends, put cinnamon in there and let me smell it. Normally cinnamon to me, I'm very picky about it. It has to be gourmand cinnamon. It cannot be like red hot spicy cinnamon. Not here for it, don't want it, want nothing to do with that. So this is cinnamon bark. This is not red hot cinnamon at all. This is not like a spicy candle. Your base notes are sheer musk, vanilla, and cedar wood. This is lovely, you guys. Oh my gosh. I want you all to smell this. I love this. I cannot wait to burn these. Oh my gosh. Okay. Spiced orange pomander. Okay, what's our description here? Spiced orange pomander is a warm and inviting fragrance that is a great blend during the holidays or even year-round. Fresh clove buds, cinnamon, and nutmeg blends with lemon peel and juicy orange for a spiced citrus treat. Cashmere woods, musk, and vanilla smooth out the zesty citrus notes, while a hint of mint leaf brings out a subtle freshness to this scent. Ooh, mint. Interesting. I don't know if Brett knows how I feel about mint scents, but okay, we gotta smell this. I don't normally love mint, just so you guys know. This is so interesting. Oh, I like this a lot too. Oh my God, how is he gonna make me, I don't know how I'm gonna pick, you guys. This is so good. This is not the mint that is the kind of mint that makes me go, oh, no, I don't want it. This is, maybe the mint will come out a little bit more burning, but truthfully, on cold sniff, I'm not getting a ton of mint. So your top notes here are juicy orange, mint leaf, and lemon. Very juicy orange here. Think the Body Shop Satsuma. It's that type of citrus note that we have here. Did anybody else love Satsuma? I still love Satsuma. When I find it at like Marshall's and TJ Maxx, I still buy the Satsuma body wash from the Body Shop. Your mid notes are clove bud, rose, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Rose. This is so interesting. This one's really complex, you guys. I wonder what the mass appeal would be for something like this. Your base notes are musk, vanilla, and cashmere woods. There's definitely I'm glad that he added these musk notes because I typically love them in other fragrances. And you guys know how I feel about vanilla. I love vanilla. It's so good. This almost smells like a holiday cocktail. This smells like a drink to me. A beautiful, delicious, this really does smell like you would want to eat it or drink it in some kind of way. I love the citrus note in here. That like Satsuma note that I'm getting is Oh, I love that. But now I have to compare. Wait. I think I still am leaning a little more vintage Pomander because this is very classic, but this is different. I have never smelled another candle like this before. If I decide not to use this one for my collab, I still think Mick should release this because this, I feel like a lot of you guys would love this. I think you'd love it, honestly. And there's one more. So there's 3 samples in this go around here. Sweet orange and clove bud. Okay, so I'm gonna stick my nose in it first. Sorry, I've been dying to smell these. Oh, this smells like a freshly cut navel orange. First thing that like smacks me in the face is like, you go to Costco, you buy like a huge crate of those delicious navel oranges and you cut one in half and it is perfectly ripe. Juicy, sweet, so authentic. This is such an authentic orange, you guys. I'm like, Mick, I think he should just release all these. Like, no matter what I pick for mine, I just release all of them. They're so nice. This is a beautiful sweet orange, and that clove is delightful. Clove can get a little spicy. It's not spicy. Obviously, I haven't burned these. I gotta burn them. It's part of my job. All right, sweet orange and clove bud features a traditional festive blend of pomander notes and pine needles for a true holiday feel. Yes, one of the things that I told Mick about was I thought it might be kind of fun to figure out how to add like a tree note to this as well, to really turn it into like a true holiday scent. And to me, when you add like a pine or a balsam or something like that, it turns it into Christmas for me. A fresh air accord adds a nuance that is reminiscent of a snowy December zephyr, while vanilla and musk notes, I love my vanilla and musk, impart a cozy cashmere accent that lingers as the fragrance dries. Top notes, sweet orange and fresh air accord. Mid notes are clove bud and clove leaf. Your base is vanilla, pine needles, and musk. You know what I appreciate about this is that the fresh air accord isn't something minty or eucalyptusy, because I don't really personally care for eucalyptus. I've done a lot of wedding florals with my business. That was mostly what I focused on, was weddings, and used a lot of eucalyptus. It's one of those smells now that to me equates to work and not to relaxing. So I don't love eucalyptus. There is no eucalyptus freshness in here at all, which thank you for that. This is so much of that juicy, fresh orange with the kind of the back part of it being that clove and that pine. I really love this too. Oh my gosh. How am I gonna pick? I don't know how I'm gonna do this, you guys. Every single one of these is so interesting and so different from the other. Yeah, gosh, that vintage Pomander. Can I just like put all 3 together and see what happens? Honestly, what I love about all of these is that underlying vanilla and musk. It is not old lady attic musk. It's just a very grounding musk. It's like a warm cashmere blanket type of musk. It's lovely. Get out of here. Gosh, that vintage Pomander. Oh, frick. What I think I'd like to see is a little bit of the, I want to see a little bit of the sweet orange from this mixed in with this vintage Pomander with maybe also maybe a little bit of that pine. But I don't know if that would make it smell a little too fresh and maybe more modern. I really do want this to be like a vintage holiday vibe. Like that's, like I'm thinking back to like Victorian Christmases. Like that's like the Queen Victoria days. I'm kind of a huge history nerd. I don't really talk about this on my channel, but I love history. And one of my favorite eras is the Victorian era. A lot of things went wrong during that time. A lot of things went wrong, but it was also a time of like glamour and fancy lady. And if you watch my channel, you know that I have a thing for fancy lady smells. And this vintage Pomander leads me to believe that this is the fancy lady scent out of the three. This is so interesting, you guys. This is really different from any of the other orange Pomander scents that I've ever smelled. And I did reference other orange Pomanders that I have either enjoyed or did not enjoy in the past, so that Mick kind of had an idea of what I was looking for. This, I think, wraps up the vast majority of what I would like to see. I think, yeah. Oh man, I could smell these all day with you guys. I feel awful that I can't like stick these, like I just want to stick this in your nose and have you smell it. I'm gonna start burning these, and I will definitely record some reviews so that I have them. I don't know that I'll necessarily like upload the reviews. Oh, I got cut off because I've been talking for a really long time. Sorry, but this is kind of a big process, so bear with me. I do want to record some reviews just so that Mick has them to be able to reference, but I may decide to, once we get closer to the release of the candle, to share some of those reviews with you guys as well, just so that you can, you know, I guess experience them with me. I don't know. I want you guys to be able to smell all these. It's killing me to not be able to actually share these smells with you. They are so lovely, you guys. Big thanks to Mick and his team for really kind of knocking it out of the park with these first few attempts here. I was not expecting to smell any of these and think, yep, that's it. But quite honestly, I think if I didn't tweak a thing with any of these, they would be insanely lovely. And I think the vast majority of you who love this type of scent as well would really love it. Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy, you guys. I am so happy and excited right now. And during a time in our world where things are insane, it feels really good to have just some frivolous things to divert my attention right now. Oh, I'm so excited to share these with you guys. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys along for this whole process and really explain all the ins and outs to you. And at some point this year, I will be heading over to Massachusetts to be able to visit Kringle. And hopefully it's when they are pouring my candle. And I'll definitely take some footage. I'll try to make a fun vlog out of it. I got to talk to Craig. Because I think that we definitely want to make like kind of an East Coast trip out of it. So I'm so excited to share this process with you guys. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. The biggest thank you in the world to Mick and Kringle Candle for allowing this to even happen. I am truly thankful for the opportunity, and I cannot wait to share this with you guys. And I really hope that you love what ends up being released and that it brings you joy during the holidays. So let me know if you have any questions down below. Check out the description box. I'll link a couple of videos there that I referenced earlier here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.